But here's how I'd rank the recent graduates if they still qualified for prospect status. And one caveat here is players that are in the major leagues right now, the Ty Frances and the Justice Sheffields that have graduated recently, even if they aren't entirely and fully established at a particular level as a major leaguer, they have a significant advantage in terms of the probability, the risk, because it's gone. Ty Frances is a big leaguer, period, end of story. We don't know how good he's going to be yet, but we know he's a big leaguer. When we're talking about, a Zach DeLoach or something like that, we don't know that he's a big leaguer because he's not there. We know Ty France is a big leaguer. So Ty France is going to have a significant advantage over a guy like Zach DeLoach because the probability part of the equation is out the door. He's 100% probability, whereas Zach DeLoach might be 35 or 40% or something like that, just for example. Does that make sense? All right, here goes. So we're putting it in, and the players we're adding in, by the way, are Justin Dunn, Shed Long, Justice Sheffield, Ty France, Kyle Lewis, and Evan White. Those are the players that are either 25 and under plus Ty France that are at the big league level. They have graduated from prospect status at this point that I'm fitting into my current Mariners prospect ranking. So still going with Kelnick number 1, Julio Rodriguez number 2, Emerson Hancock number 3, Logan Gilbert number 4. I have Kyle Lewis at number 5. I'll talk about that in a second. Noelvi Marte at number 6, George Kirby number 7, Evan White 8, Ty France 9, Taylor Trammell 10, Cal Raleigh 11, Brandon Williamson 12, Justice Sheffield 13, Luis Torrens 14, Isaiah Campbell 15, Juan Tane 16, Zach DeLoach 17, Shed Long 18, Justin Dunn 19. Now, one can make a decent argument for Lewis being equal to or maybe even better than Hancock Gilbert. So even if you put Lewis at 3, Hancock at 4, and Gilbert at 5, fine. That's fine. I'm fine with that. They're pretty much all so close you can barely see the difference if there even is one. France's lack of projected defensive value hurts him some, but the bat's going to play wherever it seems. Dunn, we've talked about a lot, has a chance to flip the script if he can hold his fastball velo deep into games and show a sharper slider and some semblance of a useful changeup. Things will change, but he's at 19 right now. Shedlong's 2020 injury hurts him, but I think in a vacuum, he's an average second baseman with potentially an average bat. So I have him 18 here, but again, there's at least a little bit of upside, enough upside to suggest he's a big leaguer. So it's a nice little player. Evan White's contract means nothing here, but one can argue France, who I have at 9, over White, who I have over at 8. But I think White's going to eventually hit to at least, 80 or 90% France's offensive production. Plus, he brings the plus defense at first base and some base running value. If we were to refit Lewis at number 3, that's fine. But I'm still concerned about the swing and miss and with his backside game plan, kind of how much game power is he actually going to show up? I've talked about this. I've gone in depth about this. He should be able to hit 30, 35 homers a year in a full season, but he's got to get to his pull side more if he's going to do that. 2021 is going to tell us a lot about Kyle Lewis, a lot. Done at 19 might sound low, but again, until we see major league starter stuff, I'm grading him basically as a reliever and not necessarily a really good one. I'm hoping we see more than 96 he marked up last week. Deep into games, deep into the season, we see better stuff. We see better results. It'll be easier to project Justin Dunn as a long-term starter at the big league level. So there you go. Thank you, Scott and Jordan, for that question. It is a deep young group, isn't it? All 26 are under, and all but one of those are 25 or under, and most of those players are without a day in the majors. Think about those 19 players. Kelnick, Rodriguez, Hancock, Gilbert, the top 4. Not a day in the majors. Noelvi Marte, not a day in the majors. Kirby, Trammell, Raleigh, Williamson, Campbell, Tane, DeLoach, not a day in the majors. That's the vast majority of those 19. It's pretty crazy.